Welcome back, Hackstab Slash. Together, you see the trifecta that is in front of you. We're going to be going over a wonderful movie called You're Next. And guess what? Waterboy almost slept through his daughter's birthday. Justin almost killed a man. And me, I'm just me.
Yo, God. Well, Spachion.
Oh my God.
What an intro.
All right,
That was
how we doing? How we doing? I'm stuck and I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm gonna keep saying that until Justin takes it away and tells us all about this movie.
That's
what
wacky.
but I'm just Justin here reporting that we are doing.
He's only wacky when the lights are off, the door's closed, and the kids are asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, just Justin. Anyway,
you guys ready for the late night podcast? Hackstab Slash After Dark.
No, just nope. Lights are all on. This is the very
new movie Triple X.
Nope.
Justin.
No. Just rated Justin. Nope. We're doing You're Next from 2013, not the X-rated version, just directed by Adam Wingard. And I picked this movie because I love it. Personally, I think it's got one of the greatest final girls from a standalone film in cinematic history. And I'm talking about Erin, and I'm so excited to get down that. But before I jump into this movie, your thoughts. Did you guys see this movie before? Is this your first time, second time, third time? What did you know about it? Do you like it? You know what? Waterboy, go ahead. You can talk first.
All right. So
All right. Thank you. Sean, what do you got? Sorry.
Yes.
Go, Waterboy.
I love how this is becoming a thing.
I love it too. I'm here for it.
All right. Go ahead, Waterboy.
So this movie was actually really, really good. I mean, this was not the first time that I've seen it. It is one of those movies that it has rewatchability, but once you know what's going on, it's just not the same anymore. But for what it is an amazing movie. It's worth a watch by everyone's standards. It's just an awesome movie.
All right, so there's no dead air. I absolutely love this movie. It was my first watch. I did pull a Waterboy, and I kind of figured out the plot before it reveals itself. However, that didn't stop me from enjoying the fuck out of this movie.
Right.
And when you said like badass final girl, oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
I'm in love.
Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone.
Same. Yeah. Like Erin is an absolute badass.
Here, oh.
Yeah, she's been one of my favorite final girls forever.
Like even the trap she sets up, it like
chef's kiss.
Mint. I love this girl.
Yeah, so awesome.
I don't know.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
All right,
let's pace yourself. We're gonna start at the beginning, but oh my God, when we get to the final 20 minutes of this movie, cannot wait to talk about that. But we got a badass opening scene as well. We have
titties.
Right there you go. We start off with a sex scene, and right away you see them finish. You see the guy go for the shower. You see a girl walking around a creepy house, and you see her closing a slider, so you get the sense maybe someone is inside. She goes over and she puts the CD in, and you hear this badass song, which it won't be the first time you hear that song. And you see her making a drink, and all of a sudden you see her go to the bedroom, and she senses something. And as she looks up, it cuts right away to the guy in the shower. Guy walks out of the shower, walks into the bedroom, and you see blood on the slider splattered, saying like, "You're next." And he looks out and he sees the girl dead on the deck right there. And he turns around, and we have a masked animal. I'm not quite sure if this was the wolf, the fox, which one this was, but we got a masked animal with a machete, and we start this movie off with a machete to the head right away. Blood splatters, and that is the opening scene. Before I wanted
perfect so title card.
When, like Waterboy said earlier, I wanted so badly when he charged him with that machete, just to hear him go ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, honestly, after you guys mentioned what does the fox say, now it's oh my God. You know I'm gonna be filming. You know what I'm gonna do for the promo already.
Oh, 100%.
What does the fox say?
So good.
Be happy.
So we have a awesome badass opening scene, and then just through the next few scenes, we basically see a mom and dad driving, and we learn that it's their 35th anniversary. We see them going out to the house, very secluded. You hear them actually drive past that house and even say, "Oh, I heard this guy left his wife for a student. Nice to have a neighbor. We're way out there." They get to this giant house. A little weird. The house is kind of open, but they're like, you know what? whatever, must have just been a worker. We cut to a driving scene where we see Erin and Crispin, and these are Crispin's parents. She's kind of telling her, like, yeah, you know, my mom's kind of crazy. She's on med, but my parents explains how his parents are loaded. And we cut back to the house. You see the parents cleaning. The mom hears something upstairs. She's kind of freaking out. The father goes up there and looks. Crispin is already in the house, so he kind of jump scares him while the mom's outside crying. She's scared. Very awkward first meeting for Erin. She's kind of like, okay, like mom's kind of crazy, whatever. But like I said,
kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, she's definitely crazy. She was like really outside crying.
I was just thinking, imagine if he actually opened that closet door.
I know, exactly. The guy's ready to open the closet, and then he gets jump scared because Crispin is already upstairs and saves the dad from opening that closet door. And we're gonna talk about that a little later.
That closet door looked like the back of the 2-ton after Waterboy's done with it.
Anyway, so we find out that the rest of the family is going to be coming in tomorrow. Crispin kind of warns Erin, we haven't been together for a while, so it might be a little awkward. We cut to seeing the mom taking her meds, and right away, something is going wrong. We see an animal mask watching her from the window. And then next morning now, we have the brother Drake and his wife Kelly. Right away, I hated Drake so bad. This dude did not pass the vibe.
Such an asshole, bro.
Dude, I honest to God, I saw him. He got 2 lines of dialogue in it.
Dude,
I was like, I hope to God
this guy.
he fucking dies first.
What? If anyone's seen this movie, fuck Drake, right? Like right away, you hate him. I mean, I guess that's good acting if you want for him, but holy shit, you absolutely hate him. And he right away is just giving Crispin a hard time. He's just being a dickhead for no reason. You get the mom in the kitchen getting some stuff ready. Erin wants to she has to help. She's like, hey, can I help you or anything? And she goes, yeah, we have no milk. Could you go to the neighbors for milk? She's like, yeah, so you know what? Yeah, I can do that. So you see her walking down the street for that. We cut to Drake and Kelly again.
That neighbor's house is like pretty damn far away.
Dude, yeah, I know, right? Like what the oh yeah, go to the imagine that just sending her, you're like, yeah, could you just please go get milk? Like
I know I just met you, but
I just met you. Just go take a hike. Yeah, mom's got kind of issues.
I just met you.
Oh god. The songs you guys are gonna have in my head.
From the neighbor lady. All right.
Well, yeah, anyway, so like, and it's pretty badass when she walks all the way down to the neighbor's house, like you said, and she's banging on the door. Nobody is coming, and you hear that song again. That same song from the opening scene is playing, and we have a look. She doesn't see inside the house, but we get a POV shot. Not POV, never mind. I don't want to sound too excited. Yes. We get a shot of the guy on the couch, and he is dead. So then we cut back to the family, and we have everyone arriving. It is nighttime, and we have Amy and Tariq. Amy's the daughter, Tariq's a boyfriend. We have Felix, who's a son, and his girlfriend Z. And right away, I hated Z so much. Another one that did not pass the vibe checks. Like, holy shit, there's just something not right with some of these people. I hated them
definitely got what's coming.
Yeah, right away.
I feel like these guys are all just like members of the royal family.
Yeah, this family was messed up.
Everyone hates them. They hate each other. They hate the entire family, but they're fucking loaded.
You know, it's just a normal family get together.
So messed up. And like right away, we have supper time, and the small talk is going absolutely terrible. Like Drake, once again, he's being a dick to Amy's boyfriend, Tariq. He's just being a complete dick to him, making fun of him about being a director.
Do you do commercials? Because that's my favorite, documentary commercials.
Yeah, I like just like. Oh.
Good.
I love then he goes so right. Documentaries don't have commercials. Well, I mean, you could put them in there.
Yeah.
Then maybe more people would watch it.
He's the worst. He's so bad. And then he starts being a dick to like Crispin and everything. And then you have it's getting louder. There is so much arguing. And then we're looking at Tariq, her boyfriend, and you see him kind of staring off in a distance, like something isn't right. And you hear him just say, like, he's standing up at this point. He goes to the window and he says, what the fuck is that? And right here, you have an awesome pace change. So far this movie, awesome opening. You get a little bit of 10 to 15 minutes of some awkwardness with the family. Characters are kind of fucking weird. But then, boom, let's fucking go. Strap in. We get a pace change. Right where he says, what the fuck is that? Arrow through the window, through his head. And everyone's still arguing. Crazy. They kind of like turn to him and he's like, and he just falls over. And we have chaos.
That was insane.
Full pit. Oh my God. The movie from here just does not let up.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's full throttle, full go, the whole.
I was
yeah,
just
the
wondering.
Over,
I was just wondering how they didn't hear that glass break first. And they're
Yeah, well, it's because Drake's such
they're
an
too
asshole.
busy bickering.
They were being so terrible. And, all right, so there's panic at this point, and you see arrows flying through this window, and they're all holding up like chairs, running through. The arrows are hitting the chairs, and you get this awesome shot from like literally the crossbow. You see a crossbow outside, and you see it like following the people. Pretty badass shot. And right away, Erin just starts, she's taking over. I mean, there's all these guys in this house, there's all these people, and she is like, get down, call 911. They're like, the signal's out. And meanwhile, when this happened, Drake is still being a dick. Like, they're like, literally, there's someone dead now, and Drake is still yelling.
Hurry up,
Yeah,
you
like,
fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Felix is like, it must be like a signal blocker. He's like, leave it to you to know that sketchy shit or something. He's like yelling at.
You get it for $9.99 off of fucking eBay.
Yeah,
dude, how'd you fucking know that, dude?
Yeah, how do you don't even know that? Like, but all right, so Erin is taking over and she's giving directions like, get out of the room, like, what's going on? Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Get the parents upstairs, and it just all of a sudden we get this other. They decide what to do, so they're all sitting there and everything, and then they decide someone needs to make a run to it for the car, and you get an unbelievable scene of who's fastest, like who's the they start fucking arguing again. They are screaming over
I'm
who's
faster than you, fat ass.
Yeah,
I'm not fat anymore.
Crispin is a fat ass. Like they're all yelling, and I think I forgot to mention that Drake actually took an arrow to the. So Drake even got shot. And I'm not sure if I mentioned that he got shot in that like arm in the back with an arrow.
In the back, yeah. And he's still an asshole.
And he's still being a dick as he's being shot and everything. But and like I said, so as they're doing this, who's faster? We have Amy decide that she's the fastest, and they're pumping her up. It's almost like it goes in slow motion. She's like backing up. They're like, all right, you got this. You're gonna run right out there, run to the car. And she flies out, and they open the door at the last second. She takes, I don't know, what do you think, 2-3 steps? And
yeah, about
she
that.
just hits that like
boom.
Barely. She got like one full gazelle slide.
Her throat game is weak, bro.
Yeah, she got razor wire, so she's her throat gets sliced. She falls back into the house, and she literally bleeds out on the floor right in front of them. And it's just pure like it just gets even absolutely crazier right now.
Insane.
Erin is literally in complete lockdown mode, so she is running upstairs, telling the parents to get upstairs, put the mom in the bedroom. She's texting 911. You see her texting, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Oh yeah, if you text it, some places can get the text and everything. She is running out. She goes, shuts a window. Pretty sure when she shuts a window, one of the animals jump in and grab her, and she actually stabs him in the hand. And the animal actually, she actually grabs another knife, and she turns around, and the guy is gone. So anyway, then we go in upstairs right now into the bedroom. They put the mom in the bedroom and everything, so she's resting up there. And all of a sudden, we see a wolf mask emerge from underneath the bed, and he has a machete, and he goes up there, and he swings, and you hear the scream. Every single person runs up there. They're all panicking. They're running up there, and you have a shot. The mother has the hatchet just sticking out of her head. Once again, there's the
crazy.
The deaths, I like a lot of the deaths are pretty cool in this movie. They don't waste like a lot of the deaths. They have really cool, like just the imagery of her laying on the bed with a hatchet sticking out of her head. And once again, it had like the bloody writing, like you're next and everything. So that was pretty insane. And Kelly, Drake's girlfriend, she's up there. She's covering the mom. Everyone kind of sees that, and they all go outside of the room now. Kelly stays in there, and after she covers him, all of a sudden she hears something. She's like looking out the window, and she hears something because no one checked like under the bed. No one checked anything out. And she looks underneath the bed, and she sees like a wolf mask come out from under the bed. So she freaks out. She's screaming, hands in the air, running. They're all outside the room. I don't know why.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know why no one else was in there with her. So she literally runs past them all, runs downstairs, ducks outside, runs past the tripwire. Drake even runs after her. Drake, of course, has an arrow in his back, hits the friggin' tripwire, and Drake actually passes out. And you literally see now Kelly is outside. And oh man, the pacing is so badass. Kelly gets to the neighbor's house. You see her like going through the woods. And she's once again banging on the door, like, let me in. And you hear that song. Dude, it's so badass. You hear the song again. And all of a sudden, like, you see the reflection of one of the masks, the animal mask, reflects through the door and like what did he punch her?
Dude,
Like,
I felt that fucking punch, bro.
Dude, he punches her.
It almost knocked me out just watching it.
Right?
Jesus
Like
Christ.
I heard like he punched her head. And she was through the glass slider door, like falls inside into the house now. And he's not done smashing her through things. He picks her up and smashes her through a freaking glass table. Like,
oh Jesus
WWE
Christ.
style. So she's on the ground, she is crawling, there is glass and everything. And then this dude takes an axe and like a golf club now. So she's on the ground, like crawling, bleeding, and everything. And like he's like a golfer, just swings the axe into the side of her head.
Damn, dude.
Like
this movie wastes no time escalating.
Dude, that's what I mean. Like the
10.
last 10 minutes is nuts. Incredible kill.
They go fucking so hard, dude. And all I could think about,
and I love it.
These are all like rich people and all that stuff. Ain't no poor person.
Ain't no poor person
in the whole world.
That's all, folks.
Croquet. So the rich people, they're gonna play croquet, and the best way to kill them is to make the axe, the croquet mallet, and the head, the croquet ball.
What?
Yes,
very well said.
That's what he's going for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Continue, Professor, sir.
And I love after
angry because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Dude, I love that voice so much. Like I wish that was kind of like your thing. Could you talk like that at work tomorrow, by the way? But anyway, after he kills her, you see the dude sits on the couch with them. And he almost, I don't know if he does it or not. I wanted to believe he did, but he almost did like a head tilt like Michael Myers. I like to think that that's what it was, but I'm not 100% sure. But he sat next to him and he kind of like did the head tilt. I kind of thought it was something like that.
Shit.
I don't think it was like a Michael Myers head tilt. I think he was trying to look through those like
the little eyes
holes that he's got in the mask.
Oh yeah. And anyway, so then we cut back to the house, and you got Crispin telling like Aaron like, all right, I'm gonna go to the neighbors. Everyone just, oh yeah, the plan is just go to the freaking neighbors. I'm gonna go to the neighbors, and I'm gonna get help, and I'll come back with a car, and whatever you do, like you stay here. And Drake's passed out at that point, so they drag Drake in. They kind of like hide him behind the curtain, and she's like, okay, like you be safe or whatever. So Crispin leaves to go do his thing to go help, and then all of a sudden, like I said, Aaron's walking and smash right through the window. That lamb mask with the axe climbs through the window. He swings and he misses. She's like on her back. She kicks this dude in the balls, and she come back from the kitchen. She had a meat cleaver to the knee. He falls down. She jumps up on top of him. And oh my God, she smashes this guy's head in like 10 times. She did not stop till that was called. Like,
the sounds too.
In this scene, as it was happening, I was watching this movie with Kristen. The second she started like wailing on this guy and just did not let up until he was fully dead, I looked her dead in the eye and I was like, "That's how you do it."
Yes, never stop. Like we've learned,
never stop.
If we've learned anything from Scream, like I would like to think that she's a big Scream fan. Unlike this guy over here, I'd like to think that she learned that from Scream. But
I gotta say, like with this movie, when Australians, I was just gonna say she definitely had to know how to fight because out in the outback and fucking kangaroos and shit.
Dude, kangaroos are jacked, but we're not gonna talk about kangaroos right now.
Yeah, she drops why she knows how to fight and all that stuff later on.
Yeah, when I get to that, that's what another thing I liked about this movie. Like she made a lot of good decisions. How she doubled back a lot later and stuff, and did a lot of cool stuff and traps. Like she made a lot of like right decisions. But and so as she's smashing this dude's head in, the best part is like they show Felix and Z, and they are in just disbelief. Like they're like the jaws that drop.
They're like,
and then the best thing, she goes, "Hey, she pulls the mask off. She goes, anybody know this guy?" And Felix is like, well, it's kind of hard to tell. And she just goes,
"Thanks for the help, guys."
Yeah, thanks for the help, guys. And he's like, kind of looks like you had it under control. Like, holy shit. So there's even like humor in this movie too, which I really, really loved. And then you hear her say, well, where's dad? Where's your dad? And they're like, oh shit. So all of a sudden we get upstairs, we see the dad, and he's looking in that closet we talked about earlier. And he sees sleeping bags and piss bottles. Just piss bottles everywhere. And you see it's clicking in his head. Like, holy shit, like that door being open, like this is like someone's been planning this. They've been watching us. They've been here. This was all set up, and the lights go out instantly. And so they're like, holy shit. And all of a sudden the lights go back on and Felix and Z are upstairs now and they find the dad. And the dad's like, guys, like you don't even understand. Like, this is crazy. Like, I got to tell you something. And Felix is like, all right, hold on, Dad, hold on. And right before the dad even gets to say anything, all of a sudden from behind, you just see a friggin' machete slice his neck right in front of poor Felix. So we think. And it is what another curveball from the movie after this point right here. He is bleeding out, tripping over stuff, dying. And all of a sudden, Felix looks at the wolf mask guy and says, you had to do that in front of me? Like, what the fuck, dude? And you see Z, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you knew something. Like, as Sean said earlier, you could tell something's, like he said he predicted it. You could definitely tell something's wrong. Because, like, some of the people asked, like, it's a very weird feeling between the family. So, like, obviously something's going on. But then just to see that be his dad.
I didn't really like try to predict it.
Yeah.
I got a gut feeling that it was him and it was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right after the throat scene when the sister runs through the door.
Yeah.
I started to get that feeling right around that time.
Yeah. You got
by their emotion.
That's the thing, their emotion. Even when she was killing the guy, smashing the face, and like you could just tell, like, by then they're like, something's not right here. Yeah. But Felix is like, Pitt, you see him, I gotta go wash this blood off. And Z's like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. And as this is happening, you see Erin, she was in the basement looking around, and she's walking upstairs. We see an animal mask walking around, and she's kind of hiding behind the door. And this animal mask sees the dude that she destroyed. This guy starts screaming bloody murder. He is pissed. He picks the table up and he flips over the table like, holy crap, like, what is going on? He is so angry. And as that happens, they look through the peephole and he sees Erin. They're going to open the door and go at it, but Drake also wakes up at this point, and the wolf mask charges Drake, and Erin runs from behind, stabs him in the back. I think she had a screwdriver, and the wolf guy ran out the door. And Drake says, like, hey, where's Kelly? And she's like, oh, she went to, like, help. She doesn't tell him that he's dead. And then, of course, who runs down? Felix and Z run down. What happened? They say, Dad laid down. He's resting, had a lot, so just kind of covers from that. And then they decide to split up. Drake and Felix go off to the basement where we have Z and Erin. And as Sean was talking about earlier, you need a good explanation for this because, like I said, Erin's a badass. Z's kind of staring at her like, what the shit? Like, how did you learn how to, like, do all this? And I believe she said she grew up on a survival compound in the outback in Australia. And she said she had to, like, live off the land, and her dad was kind of like crazy and taught her, like, everything like that, how to fight and just do all that stuff. So you got a badass backstory.
And it's so fast too. Like, they don't spend really any time on the backstory, and it's incredibly believable because you hear about this shit all the time. She's like, my dad became a survivalist, became like an occultist too, and like got a following. And I was only there until I was like 12. And then my mom, like, got us out of it, and we came to the States, and that's it. Like, no elaboration, just a quick bang, bang, bang. It was like 2 fucking sentences.
Right to the point.
But just enough.
And like you said, sometimes when you get that shit, it almost doesn't sound believable. It's almost kind of like you almost wish they spent more time. But how they did it in this movie, really good. Like, the pacing was really good. Like I said, there was like maybe some awkwardness in the first 15 minutes early, and after that, like, when it picks up, it just goes.
That awkwardness is, like, in my opinion, perfectly placed because you get that slow, awkward feeling in the beginning, and then it shifts gears so fast for that pacing. It's just, like you said, dude, it's not once it starts going, it's nonstop.
Oh, 100. It's so good. Where the hell was I? So at this point, she tells this story and everything, and we see Drake and Felix are in the basement. And Drake tells Felix, like, all right, man, like, I think they get into weapons and stuff. And he says, I got to go look for Kelly. I have to go look for her right now. And Felix goes, what are you talking about, man? He goes, she's dead. And he's like, what do you mean she's dead? And before you even know it, screwdriver, fucking Felix, man. I mean, I don't like Drake either, but he stabs his brother.
Dude, like 7 screwdrivers.
Literally, and then
Holy
and
shit.
he looks down. And he goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He grabs another screwdriver, second screwdriver, and he looks up at and Felix is such an asshole. He's like, "Why don't you just die already, man?"
This is really
He's like,
hard for me.
"Yeah, this is so
Yeah.
tough on me, man. Will you just please die?" And then he gets a third one, and a fourth one, a fifth one. He gets like 6 or 7 screwdrivers, and then we go right back upstairs, and we see like Z and Aaron. They're actually blue.
I want to kiss you all.
God.
Over
right.
and again.
All right, here we are. We're back.
Sorry.
Guys, friends cannot listen to Endless Love in the Dark.
Who said we're friends?
Wow.
Come on.
I'm in your closet right now.
Mine?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, don't even fuck with me like that, bro. This is like a home invasion movie. Don't do that.
Imagine.
Listen, when y'all credit card gets canceled and you feel a hand running up your leg, it's Waterboy.
Dude, don't do that shit. Are we not friends? Are we just
running up your leg, bro?
I don't even know if we're friends anymore. Are we friends or not?
I don't know. Do you put mustard on a hot dog?
No.
I don't eat hot dogs, bro.
That's a good answer.
I hate mustard.
Yeah, we're friends.
Whoa, why my lights just cut off? Whoa. All right. All right. I guess we're friends. All right, can we get back? All right, hold on. All right, so Erin is upstairs now with a cleaver. She's walking around to see what's going on. She sees the dead dad, and out of nowhere, we see machete mask, animal face, machete mask, animal mask with a machete, and she turns around. She chucks this cleaver at him and runs and jumps out the second story window.
Dude,
like
she jumped out of that window like she thought she could fly.
Like that. Like she chucks this cleaver. Like most people are like, don't know what they're doing, like, oh, they panic, like, oh, let's take forever. She in 10 seconds threw a cleaver, like you said, Superman out this window. Dude. You see a giant shard of glass go inside her leg, and now we're outside. So now she's like outside on the in the woods now.
So that's just another day in the outback for me,
right? It's like nothing for her, and all of a sudden you see like a crossbow, like an arrow goes freaking flying by her. She's on the run now. She runs back into the house. She hides. We see animal mask, lamb mask, I believe. He steps through the window, and Home Alone style, like she rigged up a wood with nails sticking out, and this dude steps right on the friggin' nail. Right, he is screaming. And yeah, oh, that was a good one. Anyway, and then we see Felix yelling at, I believe it was like the Fox mask guy. Like he's like, "What the hell? What the hell's going on here?" Like. And he's, I don't know, that's my brother dead in there. Like, holy shit, like this is not supposed to be what's going on and everything. And like, all right, whatever, we'll get our shit back together. And they're upstairs and they're in the bedroom, and there's the dead mom on the thing.
I want you to fuck me on this bed next to your dead mom.
Z, this escalates so fast. So she just literally wants sex with him on the bed with a dead mom. And then she says to him, like, you never do anything interesting. Like, what the hell?
Full disclosure, I was expecting him to be down for it because he was sitting there like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I was so relieved when he was like, no.
I know. I was like really hoping that did not happen.
That's a little far.
Yeah, like he was just like, no, like
you never want to do anything fun.
Yeah, it was messed up. And then we get some really even how they fill in the blanks of the backstory is really cool. Like you said, you see Felix, he yells at an animal again, real fast. One of the animal mask guys saying, like, I'll pay you $400K plus an extra $100K. Talks about his parents' inheritance, how they're going to get all the money now. He's going to pay him extra because we found out the mask guy was his brother. So you basically find out more stuff that these guys are all getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to take this out. They have a whole entire plan. And he's basically like, what the hell is up with this girl? Like, this is crazy. And Erin actually hears all this, but then all of a sudden her phone goes off. You hear an alert, and it's from the 911 text. It basically says like message arrived from earlier. So all of a sudden they hear that. So she's like bracing because this guy's coming at her, like Fox Mask or one of the animal masks coming at her. And she throat punches this dude, and she just runs right back outside. But it's pretty bad. She runs outside and like almost doubles back. So she looks like she goes outside, but then she runs back through a window and kind of like hides.
Smart as fuck.
That's the thing. It's like so cool. Every other horror movie, this girl would just be running, screaming in the woods.
My God.
And she would trip and she'd turn around and the killer would be there. But not
like running across the random lawn and just looking back.
Yeah, looking back and just tripping over nothing. But she doubles back and she hides in there. And you see her like she's hiding and she's got a screwdriver. So the three of them go outside and they kind of split up. And the mask guy goes back inside. And she's right there and gets a screwdriver right through the friggin' head. And he falls out and he's dying and he dies with that. And I don't know. And then you get like a badass shot of like Aaron just being in a window, all like hero looking, like awesome shot right there. Absolutely love it. And then
That's
also
our
right
final
here,
girl.
good. And then even right there, like I don't know if you know, the music kicked. All of a sudden, you got 80s synth. Like right during this scene, you had like a heroic pose.
I was wondering what the hell I was wondering like was this stuff playing out throughout the movie? No, it's like literally starts here.
It just starts all of a sudden here. You get, I swear to God, it's like Stranger Things music. Obviously, this was before Stranger Things, but that sounded like the 80s synth kicks in. And you see her just like rigging stuff. You see her behind the door. She's rigging an axe up. So if like someone comes through the door, an axe will slide on her face. And meanwhile, you see Felix and Z and the animal mask, the last animal mask talking. They're out there. They're splitting up. They're splitting up their weapons and everything. And then we see Erin in the basement. She's running and just smashing these bulbs, like blowing out all the lights to make it dark. And you see the guy with the machete walking down there. And you see she has a camera like rigged up, so it's flashing. This scene is so awesome how it is shot and how it looks. He's walking at her. So this thing is flashing, and then all of a sudden he can't really see. And then from behind, she smashes him in the head. Once again, he falls. What is she? I don't know 100% know what she had in the scene. Do you know what she was?
She had like a log, like a big wooden log.
Yeah. So she's got a log and she is now on top of him once again, smashing his head. And the flashing is still going. So you got blood shooting up in the dark. Great job filming the scene.
Man.
Absolute badass. And then basically she runs away, and then you see Felix shoots at her and misses Aaron, gives the arrow, gives the crossbow to Z. So Z goes in there. So we get a Z versus Aaron showdown. Holy shit, I'm in love with these next scenes.
Yes.
Oh, so epic. So they run in there. Pretty sure Aaron right away like hits Z with a friggin' frying pan. She falls down there. Felix runs in like right after, so it's like a 2-on-1, and she grabs like oil like off the stove and like
it's not even hot anymore, bitch.
Throws it out. Yeah, Felix just gets pissed. He's like, "You dumb bitch! It's not even hot." Then you see what happens right after he slips. He slips right then, and then I'm pretty sure she smashed him with the frying pan one more time. Then grabs the blender, smashes the blender over his head, takes the thing upside down so it's all jagged, pushes it onto his head, and turns on the blender and blends his friggin' head.
Will it blend?
Like, you've got to be kidding me. And as this has happened, of course, like Z comes back and she grabs like a knife and stabs Aaron in the back. So after Aaron just blended his head, she pulls the knife out that Z put in there and turns around. And I'm talking like she jams this through her head, like through the top. And you see Z just like slide down and fall down. She sits down there dead. You got Felix in there dead. And she just like, she leans back there. And it's just the three of them like leaning in the kitchen. The dude's got a blender in his head. The imagery is so badass in the scene. And then you hear a phone go off. And it's from Felix. And she picks it up. And she's not saying anything. She just listens. And it's Crispin, who I actually forgot about for a while. Like,
I completely forgot about him.
That's the thing. It's so wild. A lot of times in movies, you're like, oh, what about this guy? It's so much chaos going on. I forgot about her boyfriend. And you hear Crispin like, oh, hey, man. Yeah, is it over? Like, you know me. I mean, I got anxious. I don't really do good with like violence and everything. So I was kind of, he like literally hid because he's like anxious and doesn't like violence. And he's like, I don't know, man. It's really, really cold. So I'm coming in. And you see him walking in the door and he's like kind of like looking around like, what the hell happened? And he looks up and he sees Erin. And this, oh my God, the comedy, talk they have.
Where's Felix? Okay. I stuck a blender in his head and killed him.
Oh. Thank you. Like the first thing. She's like, oh. And then he's like, Z. And she goes, well, I killed her too. And he's like, oh, totally understandable. Like,
I get it.
Yeah, he's so nice about it too.
Dude, he's so chill.
This is like a well-blended family.
Like,
I see what you did there.
That was actually so good. I'm actually so impressed. But the balance between like actual like badass like the kills in this and like the comedy is hilarious. And he basically goes on to explain the whole thing again, promising her that she was supposed to be the witness. And He goes, how were we supposed to know that you were so good at killing people? He's like, which is actually kind of weird, But anyway, you, me, millions, babe. Like, we can work this out. Come on. What do you say? Like, engaged? Like, we can do this. I am loaded.
$500,000?
Yeah.
You can pay off your student debt so you don't have to work as a bartender.
Yeah. Think about this. Like, we can do this. And then she stabs him right through the ear.
Dude.
And I'm pretty sure he mutters something like, why? And she's like, why not? And then stabs him through the eye. Like, right after that. But, and then even this, like, dude, the second she does that, she gets shot. She gets shot out of nowhere. She falls down. You look, there's a cop in the friggin' window. You're like, oh my God, the pacing's so badass.
The fucking arm.
I honest to God thought the cop was gonna kill her.
Yeah, I did too. So I literally thought at that point, I'm like, oh my God, like she just died. But luckily you see him. So the cop goes in there, he's radioing for help, like, yo, this is crazy. I got 2,000 million bodies around here. Like, hurry up and get down here. And you see her crawling, so she's okay. And you see the guy walking into the house, and you see him looking up like, no. And he opens the door.
I totally forgot about that trap the whole time.
The trap too. I know. I forgot. I'm like, why is she saying no? The trap she set. He opens the door. The axe flies, splatters. The blood splatters. Boom. You see, you're next. And what happens? You hear the friggin' song again, like right as the credits, and then the song plays.
The credits are so sick too. It's like showing.
Go ahead, talk. I need a break.
It's showing every single person in the movie as their death scene, and like on a piece of paper, like a crime scene photo. Yeah. It's incredible.
As that song plays, like even the credits are awesome. Yeah, but yeah, what do you two talk?
The Live is so good. And like we talked about earlier, like how it was slow pacing in the beginning and then it just goes full throttle. Yeah. That full throttle pacing for like the back 2/3 of the movie is just absolutely essential. Like you said, we forget about Crispin. I think that's due to the pacing.
Yep.
100%.
And that's got to be from the pacing. Like everything just moves so fast that it doesn't give you time to sit back and be like, well, she said a trap. Where's her boyfriend?
Right.
Why did you do this? How come they do that? It doesn't give you a chance to think about it.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, there's so many different there's so many other home invasion movies that will move slower, and you're always thinking too, like you're kind of with the ride. This one is like, holy crap! Like 1 second, all of a sudden she's throwing something. Next you know, she's diving out the window, and then like, holy crap, she just stabbed him. And the next you know, she's shot. Or same thing with blending his head. Then all of a sudden she's pulling the knife out and then stabbing her, and then the phone's going off. It's, oh man, I rank this.
The roller coaster.
I gave it an 8 out of 10. What are you guys ranking?
I gave this a 7.5 out of 10.
You gotta be difficult, Waterboy, you piece of shit. I
do.
Solid.
I would have gone higher, but like Waterboy had touched earlier, I don't know the rewatchability factor. Like I've only watched this twice, but I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy it when I sit down a month from now and I plop it on.
I will talk about that really fast. So this was my third time watching it. I watched this first when it first came out. And then when me and Sean originally talked about doing a podcast like a year ago when I was not fully on board, I thought we were going to do it. And I actually watched, this is the first movie I was going to do. So I actually watched this then. And then I watched it again to do the notes. And yeah, it's so the beginning, when you watch it for the second time, it's almost the third time. It's still so much fun, but you almost want the first 30 minutes to be over because you just want that last craziness. Because I could watch Aaron all day killing people. But yeah, when you watch it over and over, like you don't need like the whole like first 30 minutes. You're like, all right, whatever. I already know this, and so it's like that part's not as fun. But the last hour is still just a lot of fun, and just the last like 15 minutes especially, so incredible.
Some of the shit they like set up too. Like, I didn't catch it watching it, but you said, and I'm going to go purely based off of what you said, Justin, when they're driving the mom and dad to the house and they drive by the neighbors and they go, I heard he left his wife for a student. Yep. They have an issue with it. Like it's something bad, but you're perfectly fine with your son fucking a student.
Yeah.
Not a student, his student.
His student, yeah, exactly.
Fine because they thought it was inappropriate. So she did something else, or he teaches something else now. So they don't have the same class together.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You guys got any fun facts or anything? Or any other scenes you want to talk about?
I do have a couple.
All right, what do you got?
I'll let you go. I don't have any because my phone died, but I do have one thing that's stuck into my head.
And it's not a blender?
No,
no,
that was good too.
Put my heart in a blender, watch it spin round.
Oh god, that's gonna be in my head. You guys are gonna have so many songs in my head after this.
But
all right, what do you got, Waterboy?
Mine, I'll drop mine right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What do you got, Sean?
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, my phone died, so I don't have any fun facts. But one thing I started to pick up on was a pattern in this movie. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the pattern of death throughout this movie, outside of the mom and dad, is strictly couple related.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys notice that?
I did not notice that.
Like the first pair of kills is the boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The next pair of kills is the husband and wife. And then the last pair of kills is the boyfriend and girlfriend, obviously the ones who set it up.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Wow.
And then even at the very end, when she kills Crispin, then she almost gets killed.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was just wild how like everything just kind of it had a pattern without showing you the pattern.
Yep. Yeah, because even when they asked in the basement, like when Felix was like, Drake was like, "Oh, where's Kelly?" And like he's like, "She's dead," and then he got stabbed literally after saying, like, she's dead, and then all of a sudden he killed Drake like right there. So very well picked up on, very well, love it,
very good.
What do you got, Waterboy?
Like I said, obviously the shit like break it up. Like the mom and dad are two different ends, and then you get like a couple of the actual killers that get killed in between.
Yep.
But anytime they attacked any one of that core, what was it, like 3 or 4 couples?
Yeah.
Yep. Core 4.
Stuck with the couples and made sure that, like I said, handheld cameras were used in the filming of this to create tension, and I think that's a big reason why you drop so many point of view references and like sex scene stuff. I think it just happens with Justin.
I love
right into it.
Titties. He loves. Yeah.
I want. Can we talk about point of view scenes really fast? I'm upset. No, not that. Don't I swear to God.
We have to put an 18 plus.
No, if you guys even edit me into this, like you last time made me look, I was a perverted person.
Do you like holding the camera down like this?
See, this is so inappropriate. That's not. I seriously meant from like the first time I seen it. Oh, that sounds weird too. No, hold on.
To what?
No, remember from like in Halloween.
Do you guys remember the first piece of pornography you've seen?
Yeah, it was actually a bunch of static on the TV.
Guys, I'm seriously talking about horror movies, like point of view from the killer. Like I love it ever since like Halloween '78 when I first saw Halloween. Like when like Michael Myers is looking at stuff and you
through the peepholes through his mask.
Yes, that's all I'm trying to say.
Glory holes, yep.
All right, not glory. Dear God. All right. What other fun facts do you have? That just got so weird.
So Adam Wingard wanted to do a home invasion movie because it's the only horror subgenre that still scares him. And I'll let you do one fact because I already know you have one of those facts that I said earlier before we started.
Oh yeah. So we have another horror director in this. Tariq, which was Amy's boyfriend, is Ty West, a horror director who's gone on to do a bunch of horror movies. So I got that one. What do you have any more?
The Tiger Face Killer was played by the film's screenwriter.
There you go.
Simon Barrett.
I have that one. That was pretty badass.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about Aaron and Z? You read that they were actually once roommates and they were actual best friends? Like before this.
Yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
Yep.
Do you want me to go stab you right in the head? Yup.
What?
Then I got do the dad right away. I don't even know if you realize. I've seen Dumb and Dumber so many times. So the second I saw the dad, I recognized him from like right away.
I've recognized the dad, but I didn't know where he was from.
Bartender from Dumb and Dumber. Remember when he's waiting for the girl at the bar, and the guy's like, he's just like waiting there, and he's the bartender at friggin' Dumb and Dumber. Is the dad is
bartender.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty badass. Oh, and then we obviously have to mention the song because that song is so crucial to this movie. The song is called "Looking for the Magic" by the Dwight Twilley Band. So everyone go look that up if you like this movie and listen to that. I had Barbara Crampton's in this movie. She is the mom. She's been in a million horror movies all the way back to even the 80s, and that was pretty good. My Halloween reference is so weak. I struggle in this one. Do fan films even count if someone directs? So, all right, so this one's really what the oh my God.
Whoa. We got a jump scare.
Wait, Hunter. thought I sent something. I saw it. What? I saw you. You scared me.
This is
You thought
perfect.
it was a monster?
I did. What did you say?
You thought it was a monster?
I did think you were a monster. I saw you come in. You're on a podcast right now. What are you gonna
What's
say?
up, buddy?
What's up?
Nothing.
You say hi?
Not dead.
You got nothing to say?
Yeah.
All right, well, you gotta let me finish. I'm almost done, okay? Okay,
That's perfect. We're talking about a home invasion movie where people get hunted, and your son Hunter comes and scares you.
That's
and
perfect.
it's so dark in here. I saw him at the door, but I turned around and I can't see that good out of this. Oh my god, what was I at? All right, so this is my Halloween connection. I kind of had a fish for this one a little bit, but these special effects guy, ready? Mike Strain Jr. did special effects for this movie, and he also did special effects for a fan film in 2019 called Halloween Unforgiving, which takes place 10 years after Halloween Resurrection and follows Dr. Loomis's nephew. Connected. It counts because this guy did.
Still counts.
Let's fucking go. The streak is alive.
Woo!
Woo! Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I guess before we get out of here, that anyone want to say anything else about this movie? We'll fix what we're doing next and get the hell out of here.
That about wraps it up. And for next week's movie, we are doing 1997's Event Horizon. And that movie is available to watch for free on Amazon Prime.
Awesome. And you're next. Oh my God, we never told them where your next is. We're supposed to tell them at the front of the episode. We didn't, did we?
No.
We suck so bad at that. We keep telling them at the
Flex. You can watch it on Pluto.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Oh God, we have to do our call. All right. Well, all right. Anyway, come again. That's the worst sign off.
Hey,
come
again.
Give me 10 minutes.
Oh my God. All right.
If you don't like, share, subscribe, help support the show. Anything. We're on Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. You name it, we do it. Like it, share it, subscribe it, wrap it up. Yeah, give me 10 minutes and I will do something.
Too far. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if you
so you're gonna back it up a little bit?
Just go. Peace out.